Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thanks for joining me. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm sorry I missed you guys last week. I had a lot going on and wasn't able to do the show. As usual, we've had a lot of things happening energetically. So you could still be going through high emotions and purging. You could be dealing with physical symptoms. You could be having obsessive thoughts and overthinking. Just your brain is in overdrive. You could be seeing life from a completely different perspective. You could be more aware of yourself, others, and your surroundings. Lots of endings with different relationships, everything from romantic relationships to platonic friendships. Lots of new beginnings as well. If you have pets, you may have noticed changes in behavior as well. Some may even seem to be more aware of themselves, their surroundings, and they're more alert. These also seem to be, there seems to be more spirit activity as well. So you could end up seeing, feeling, or intuiting spirits around you, and your pets may be noticing these as well. And, you know, they could be reacting and behaving really oddly. Maybe they're looking around or staring at things, and you're just kind of confused by their behavior. I know my dog has been doing that. He suddenly has become aware of the television and the sounds coming from it and seems to be completely petrified and really freaked out. And then I also noticed him staring up like something was hovering over him. I couldn't see it, the spirit, visually, but I did feel it. So I knew there was a presence there, but I do believe that he was seeing it, but I couldn't see it. The government shutdown is over temporarily, as I predicted, at least through mid-February. I do feel like right now there's a slight possibility that it will shut down again after the 3 weeks is over. I definitely feel like there's some stuff that's going to be happening there. Now, this polar freeze that just took place over the last couple of days, which some of you are probably still experiencing tonight through tomorrow, I believe there's supposed to be some relief for that. I do feel like there's another wave of this type of weather coming in February, but I do feel like it will be even worse than what it just was. So I've just been feeling like it's important for you to have extra blankets and firewood and anything else that you can stay warm, because this time I think there may be a power outage. I keep feeling stuff surrounding electrical fires, power outages, and other reasons for the power to go out, but a lot of it is just connected to electrical. I don't know how to explain it. I just keep seeing stuff, and my concern is, you know, that I just feel like there's the power outage is going to happen in states or locations that are dealing with extreme cold temperatures. So if that's you and you live in an area like that, make sure you stock up on stuff to layer up with, and maybe get those packets that you can, like, you crack them and you can put them in gloves and socks and stuff like that. I just feel like you guys need to have extra things. Like, I'm not trying to fear monger. It's just something that I've been picking up on intuitively for the last 2 weeks, and I just feel compelled to talk about it. I'm praying that I'm totally wrong, but just in case, I prefer to maybe give somebody some warning, at least have blankets and stuff. Now, January is over, and February is going to be another intense month of energies affecting change with everyone. There will be an activation period beginning February 8th through approximately the 19th of February, with deeper levels of clearing, awakening, and realizations. We'll be working with these energies for those of you coming to my place for the group energy session and mini brunch on the 9th. So I'm going to do that to help prepare you for a big energy shift that's coming in March. It's all very exciting stuff. So let me quit rambling and get right into what you can expect from tonight through to next Thursday, February 7th. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of work, love, finances, health, and spirituality. So the general themes this week, you could feel like withdrawing or retreating. Some of you may retreat inwards, not because you feel defeated, but because you're renewing your strength, you're gaining perspective, you're getting clarity, and you're figuring out how to most effectively deal with situations in your life. And this will be a new approach in dealing with things for some of you. You may miss being emotionally and explosively reactive to situations, because I feel like some people are addicted to drama. So it's going to feel really weird that you're actually surrendering to the journeying of going inward, right? Like you're being still, you're reflecting, you're thinking, and you're not just reacting. Now, some of you will be withdrawing and retreating from others. And the way I see it is there will be those of you who withdraw because of fear, rejection, projection, avoidance, denial, or because of hurt feelings. But then there's those of you who are withdrawing because this is the healthiest way for you to set boundaries and create space from some people in your life who you've been codependent on, or that you have a codependent relationship with. And some of you also have toxic relationships that need to be withdrawn from. So either way, make sure that you're taking a good look at the reason why you're withdrawing from people. It's positive when you're just needing space to regenerate, have some reflection time and time with yourself. If you're cutting and running from people because you want to avoid feelings or confrontation, consider having an open, honest discussion with who you have beef with instead of, have a discussion with who you have beef with instead, to see if you can come up with an amicable resolution, right? Talk about it, clear the air. Don't just cut and run, right? At the very least, you'll be able to say your piece and get some things off of your chest in a healthy way. And then lastly, some of you will be retreating to connect with your true core being, right? You're just more in a state of peace and meditation, and it's a different kind of a vibe. So you're not really experiencing any sort of emotion. You're more into a state of being neutral. So things aren't affecting you in that way. This week, there's a need to balance your physical self with your cosmic vastness. So you may notice that you spend a lot of time worrying about your survival. How are you going to pay your bills? What if you get sick? What if you can't work? Should you stock up on canned goods and survival rations in case the apocalypse or end of times come? Maybe what comes up for you is consumer gratification. You shop till you feel that void in your heart, or because you get high off of it, right? It's an addiction, or because you're keeping up with the Joneses who have all the latest gadgets. Then there's going to be some of you that may be so lost in the vastness that you're constantly chasing the next spiritual high, and you're not grounded in your physical body. And then there's going to be those of you who are nice and balanced in both worlds. And again, you're more in a space of neutrality. So you'll know which is you during the week when these things come up into your awareness. So see where you're out of balance. Are you more in a fear state and survival mode, or are you just all up in the air and you're just yay, it's all peaceful and I'm waiting to have my next spiritual high, with the light and whatever it is, right? So just see where you are and then tweak your balance a little bit. I also feel during the week, some of you may be questioning things or looking for an answer to something, and I just keep getting the answer will be, it's you. Along with this, it's you, is a feeling of recognition. So I feel like some of you could have encounters with a stranger or someone that you know, and the words, it's you, come to mind, or they're spoken out loud in some way. It's you will be the answer for the majority of your questions arising this week. So if you're really, really searching, I feel like think about those words and see if it resonates with what you're questioning, and if the answer is it's you. And it's you could mean that it lies within you as well. So I'm feeling lots of positive feminine energy around friendships, romantic relationships, and the career area. Everything feels very fertile and nurturing. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, I feel like you guys are going to be on fire, getting lots accomplished this week. And maybe you're even uplifting a few people around you. You're bringing light to them, or you're just helping them carry a burden, or taking a burden off of them in some way, sharing a shoulder and ear. Either way, it just feels like upliftment. On the negative spectrum, I'm getting crime doesn't pay without exception. And even if you temporarily have a gain, you lose in the end. So to me, this signifies you could experience moments of weakness where you may feel like you want to cheat the system, take a shortcut, or do something you know isn't morally acceptable to you, right? So think twice, because I feel like you're going to get caught. I'm also feeling some of you could catch someone cheating in a relationship, at work, at a game, or in whatever other way cheating is possible, right? So it could be you that's doing the cheating and gets caught. Either way, this will be fact, not assumption. So I feel like you're going to have solid proof of the cheating. It won't be a guessing game. There's also energy around what you're supposed to be doing. Lots of this coming up. I just keep hearing and seeing people asking themselves, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I supposed to do this? Take whatever action steps necessary to make some much needed changes to what's going on in your life if this shows up for you. I'm also getting messages to tell you that your guardian angels want you to know that you're not alone. Watch for signs. They're trying to guide you. They're trying to communicate with you. So pay attention this week, because I feel like there's a couple of guides that are just basically like knocking you on your forehead and you're still not seeing it. So wake up. Your animal spirit energy for the week is the hummingbird. Positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to those sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. When in balance, smart, curious, loves to learn. When out of balance, pushy, insistent, sharp. And to bring into balance, take a class. All right, those of you that are employed and have a job or have your own business, or you're going to school full time, things will be looking up professionally this week for some of you. Lots of work getting accomplished in a short period of time. I feel some of you will be setting records. I feel for some you are going to be dealing with trust issues at work. Maybe you have trust issues yourself, or maybe it's a coworker that has trust issues. And for some of you, I feel like it's your boss. I do feel some business owners could be feeling especially stressed and will be looking for a reason to lay people off or fire them. Those of you who have been sneaking and taking home office supplies or using work time for personal time, I feel like you're going to get caught and reprimanded and possibly even terminated. So make sure if that's you this week, you just are busy as a little beaver at work, right? And you're not using any work supplies for personal stuff. I feel like some places of employment are just going to be on the edge this week. Those of you looking for a job, I'm feeling lots of movement here for some of you. I do feel some of you will have a woman with lighter wavy hair hiring you. So if you have an interview with someone who has those features, chances are that you're going to get hired. I also feel some of you need to play up your trustworthiness and how committed you are to working for a company long term. Everyone else, don't give up. Keep on keeping on. It's just a matter of time. Love, for those of you in committed relationships and dating, seriously, those of you in happy relationships, I feel like will have an easy week. You could have a moment or two of dissatisfaction creeping up on you, but I just feel like you'll work through it with your partner and you're communicating and it's not a big deal. Those of you that are not happy and haven't been for a while, I do feel dissatisfaction will be highlighted and more intensely for you. And before you act or speak on your dissatisfaction, be sure to check in with yourself to see how you could be contributing to the problem. And most of the time, it's a two-way issue, especially if you're the one being triggered. So, come at it from a place of being neutral and just I statements. I feel, I like, I don't, I want, I need, instead of you, right? Looking for love, several of you won't feel like being alone this week, so I do see you getting out and about and you're mingling, you're having a good time. I do see some of you connecting with someone at a Super Bowl party, so make sure you go to any invites just in case, especially if the friend inviting you has lighter colored hair. For some reason, I just keep seeing women, but it could also be men with lighter shades of reds, browns, and blondes, just playing a role in making connections with work and love. So again, go. And even if the person has dark hair, go, because you just never know who you're going to meet, right? You can always leave if you don't meet someone. Finances, overall stable for the week. Shopaholics, put your money away this week. You could be tempted to go on a spree that leaves you broke as a joke. Some of you could be putting money into your home. Again, practice moderation. Lastly, a few of you will be getting or have been getting some solid financial advice, but you keep ignoring it and then wonder why nothing's changing. Maybe try the advice to see what happens. Health, energy levels should be high for most. You could have a bout or two of insomnia or extreme fatigue due to energy shifts. Some of you could get pregnant this week, so if you're trying, awesome. If you're not, wrap it up or take a pill or do whatever. Some of you, I feel like, could actually be going into labor and giving birth this week. Some of you could experience lots of mental activity or receive a diagnosis having to do with your mental health. I feel some of you need a second opinion, and some of you just need someone to talk to who will actually listen. Spiritual hunger is what I feel. I just feel like everybody's chasing spiritual knowledge and information, and I just feel like you want to learn and you want to know everything there is to know about metaphysics and the unknowns of the universe. I just feel like you're ready to learn and learn and learn and learn because maybe you're having some unique experiences that you are trying to get some understanding and clarity about. I do feel like in some extreme cases, or maybe there's just an urge there, that some of you may decide to join like a monastery or an ashram or go to the desert and do some peyote. I don't know. It just feels like some of you could go to extreme measures because you're just feeling called to do so. I would say whatever urge comes up for you, and if it is that extreme and life-changing, right? Like you're thinking of quitting your job and going to the Himalayan mountains and meditating for a year, like think about those things before acting on impulse, right? Really check in with yourself. So that covers this week ahead. I hope everybody has a great week. Let me take tonight's caller. I have Brittany in St. Louis, Missouri. Hi, Brittany.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So you had reached out to me, and I'm looking at the photo that you sent me, and I'm assuming this is your best friend, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Can you give me his name? I feel like I was connecting with him earlier today, but before you give me his name, I wanted to ask you, and I don't think this is his name, but I just kept getting the name like Greg and Gregory, something with a G, but I don't feel like it's him, but I feel like it could be connected to you or him. Does that name make any sense to you?
No, not Gregory. It's actually the girl in the picture. That
It's
was my
the
best
girl
friend
in the
that
picture.
passed.
Who's the guy in the picture?
That was her boyfriend at the time of probably about 10 years.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that makes sense because I kept getting like the girl was in love with him. So I was really confused because I thought this was you in the photo and that was your best friend. And then I was like, is she in love with him? Okay, so now I understand. All right, what is your best friend's name?
Megan.
Megan.
Yeah.
She passed away suddenly?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like it was completely unexpected. Sorry, hang on one sec. I'm just trying to get some information from her.
That's okay.
That name keeps coming up. Do you know her boyfriend very well?
Yeah. He was one of our good friends too. That I had known since middle school, and I'd known Megan since middle school too, and we were all good friends. Tyler.
Okay, if you get the opportunity to speak to him, ask him if that name means anything to him, because I just keep getting that this is like that name just keeps coming up. It's like Greg, Gregory, or Craig, something to that effect, and it seems to be connected to him. When she passed, was he around her, or had she just seen him?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it like a car accident? Like, I just feel like it was something sudden.
No, it was sudden. She actually passed away in her sleep. And she was born April 20th, 1988. So, and she's the same age as me, and it was a couple of years back. So she was probably 28 or 27 when she passed away.
Okay, I think I'm picking up on somebody else. Do you know somebody else that I'm getting something about a car accident? I feel like I have mixed energy.
Yeah, well, my grandma passed away in a car accident when I was younger. That's the only other person I can think of that I was super close to.
Did your grandma used to wear her hair up?
Yeah, she had short hair.
Okay. I think your grandmother's here with your friend, and I feel like they're both. Here's my mic, everybody. Hi, Dave. See my mic? So I think they're both here, and they're both talking to me at the same time.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because I just keep getting the car accident, and it was sudden, and I'm trying to connect with Megan, who also felt sudden. So I'm trying to separate their energies and see. Your grandmother's energy is just way stronger. You guys were tight, right? Like, I feel like you were really, really close.
Yeah. I mean, we used to go to her house every weekend. We would see her almost every day. Yeah, we were extremely close to her.
She's like missing you guys. But she's saying
we miss her too so much.
Yeah, she's saying she's at every party and every gathering and every event with the family. She is there. And Do you have is there okay, it's either maybe a brother or a cousin, but I feel like there's a male energy that she was connected to as well, but it feels more like, somebody younger, not like somebody she was married to or anything like that.
Well, my niece, was named after her middle name, and I have
No,
a sister
no,
that's
she's talking
younger.
about, no, it's a male energy that she's talking about. That
Would she be referring to my husband? I don't know. She's never met my husband, though.
That's okay, because even though she hasn't met him in person, she's met him.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I feel like it could potentially be your husband. She's just referencing a guy, so I think she's just trying to say the union between the two of you. Um, Let me try to boot her out of the way because I only have 2 minutes left, and I want to make sure, I want to see if I can get some answers from Megan. With
Yeah.
Megan, do you have like her diary or a notebook or a journal or something of hers, or did you guys, there's a book or something, like it seems like it's a book.
Yeah, I have notes from her that I still keep from when we were in middle school that we used to write to each other in high school
Passing
and stuff.
notes. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Do you have them in like a book?
They're
Like, do
in
you have them
like a
shoved
lockbox.
somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So she's referencing those. She's laughing. She's making me feel like you guys had a really, really good relationship. Like you guys used to have a lot of fun. She's making, like, did you guys used to go cruising or something? Like driving around and like, it's like almost like you spent time in the car cruising around, like maybe looking for guys or getting together to go have a party out in the woods or something. Like, did you guys go out in the woods to have a party?
We did go out to her boyfriend's dad's house who lived in the country. We did do that sometimes, and we would stay out there.
Yeah, because she's making me feel like you're driving somewhere, and she's saying she always had a good time with you then, like being in the car. Brittany, I'm so sorry. I have to go. I only have 30 seconds left. I appreciate you calling in, and if you want to book an appointment, we can try to go deeper and talk with them both more. Thank you so much for calling. Everybody have a great week. I'll see you next week. Bye.